Sort of like The Witcher, everybody says. There are hundreds upon hundreds of spells and skills to unlock, allowing you to craft the exact class you have in mind. Nearly every action you do is rewarded to cater to everyone's playstyle. Want to just craft weapons and build your village? Go for it. Want to avoid crafting altogether and focus on melee combat? No worries, play the way you want to play. There's no singular way the game is meant to be played. Right now the game is mostly an open world playground where you can roam freely, earn experience in whatever way possible. Good morning, Harbinger. Here is your uniform, freshly washed. After you're done getting dressed, my father requested that you meet him down near the armory to begin today's training. Understood, thanks, Frederick. Will you be joining us today, Frederick? I sure hope so. It's been a while since we have sparred, hasn't it? Maybe you could already actually beat me this time. I'd say we're pretty even, as if you've ever beaten me. I like number one, that's more humble. I'd say so too. Anyways, your father is waiting downstairs. Before you go, I can give you a general overview on the controls if you're interested. You know, I'm doing this as a tutorial, so I'll show everybody. They could have moved this right side thing up a little. Assigning and using skills. Open your skill book with K, then drag whatever skill you'd like into your hotbar. The number on each slot represents the numbers on your keyboard. You can also do this through the tab radio menu. Keep in mind that some skills are still a work in progress and might be extremely exploitable, janky, or just not work at all. Just have fun with them and expect them to be wonky. I'm glad he's at least being truthful with it. Any other topics? Menus? Pressing tab will open a radio menu. From there you can access your inventory, skill book, army overview, and the ever so helpful enter overworld button. Pressing the enter overworld button immediately brings you to the overworld instead of having to go out of an area's exit. You can also open your inventory with I and your skill book with K. Any other topics? General controls. Once you have weapons equipped, you can scroll up for your melee weapon and down for your ranged. Another useful ability can be toggled by pressing C, slow motion. Having slow motion enabled drains your stamina, so be careful. Pressing F will toss your grappling hook. It can attach to many different surfaces, don't be afraid to toss it around. You can ascend, descend the rope using Q and E. Pressing F will detach the grapple. Any other topics you'd like me to cover? Combat. You should talk to Rasul about combat and weapons. He's much more experienced than I am about that stuff. Any other topics? Let's go to that's all. And let us get dressed. Tattered everything. Now, let's go to our room and loot it. Yeah, you level up doing pretty much everything in this game. From ragdolling to running to jumping, casting spells, shooting arrows, everything levels you up a little bit. Still a little wall running. I'm not that great at it, but let us go downstairs. When the screen starts shaking like that, you're about to ragdoll and take falling damage. Oh, hello, Harbinger. Is there something I can assist you with? Do you actually read all of these books? What is it you do around me? Let's see that one real quick. While my title says I am a stronghold mage and advisor, my duties as of late have been limited. I'm more of a historian now. Is there a reason why you're studying history? Well, as your advisor, it's up to me to provide you with a best plan of action in any situation that might arise. Since we have no idea when or where the Unforgiven will return, it's up to me to study all that remains of your ancestral texts to find some sort of pattern. What exactly are the Unforgiven? From what we can collect, the Unforgiven were once elves. 39 years. They lived right here in Edros among men and dwarves, but their pride consumed them. They rose up against the old gods and somehow managed to actually kill one of them. In the days after, Eldon, the first god, purged the world of all elves, banishing them from this realm. From the, what we can tell about the Unforgiven Realms, it's not a place you ever want to visit. What is the Unforgiven Realm? Nobody really knows. Nobody's ever seen the realm itself. We've only been able to study objects that have come out of warp gates, which help us make assumptions as to as to what it might be in that realm. Not much can survive passing through warp gates, but the stone from the Unforgiven realm itself has no problem getting through. It's incredibly resilient. I should get going. Now let's talk to him again because he's got more talking points. And this is the one that leads me to where I want to go. Do you actually read all of these books? I do, in fact. Keeping the many magical runes fresh in my mind helps focus my mana. You should try it sometime. It's quite an interesting experience. Could you teach me how to read runes? I'd be honored. Best way to learn is with hands-on experience. Now, I only have pyromancy and cryomancy spell books here, so find a bookshelf of the one that piques your interest, and bring a book back to any of the desks here in the library. Sit at the desk and begin reading the runes. Before you begin, just remember to take your time. Don't worry too much about doing it quickly. Primarily focus on translating it correctly. You've got it. Well done. Rune reading is a great way to practice your magical art proficiency without being in the heat of combat. These books are all yours, so always feel free to study them whenever you want. I made this college there's plenty more books touching on almost all of the magical arts. If you have time and the desire, you should visit there. I'm sure they'd welcome you with open arms. Thanks for the starter course, Clayton. Absolutely. Drop by anytime, Harbinger. didn't know you could take that. That's cool. Good to see you, Harbinger. How goes your research? Great as always, I just received the latest batch of gyroscopic stabilizers from my dwarven friends in Elderglen. What were those for again? I've been trying to make a companion to help me in here in the shop. Just a small bot that can help retrieve tools, parts, and the like. Do you need any help? I'd hate to ask you for help with my own personal project, but if you're offering, I'd be foolish to refuse. There are a few things I need to assemble my latest schematics for the bot. First, I'll need a magnifying lens. I dropped the last one I had, cracking it. Nearest place to get them is from Gearbeard's shop in Elderglen. I'll provide you with the funds, of course. I'll just need you to go and purchase it for me. Other than that, I need a few bits of copper ore. 6 ore should do the trick. You got it. I'll be back with those items. Now there's 4 quest givers. I'll go to this one first. Greetings, Harbinger. Was there something you needed? What do you do around here? He's a groundskeeper. I'm the groundskeeper. Make sure that stronghold stays in tip-top shape. I've got to be going now. Do you need any help around here? To be honest, yes. You see, lots of goblin mold has been growing along the castle walls. What's goblin mold? It's a type of fungus that drives goblins absolutely nuts. They love the stuff. When you pick it, it releases a pungent odor that's sure to attract goblins. Last time I tried cleaning out the goblin mold, I was attacked by a goblin. Barely made it away with my life. Tossing the goblin mold distracted the bugger and gave me time to run back to the walls, where Jeffrey was able to dispatch of the goblin. I can get rid of the mold. Would you really? That would help me greatly. Yay! It's all around the outside of the castle walls. Just bring the mold back to me so I can properly dispose of it. 10 goblin mold should do the trick. I'll be back with the goblin mold. Gods have mercy, it's just my luck. Oh, hello, Harbinger. It's nothing really. A gust of wind came and blew my hat off my head. It got stuck up there on the pillar and it's not coming down. I say I can climb up there and get it. You think you could? I'd love to see that. I'll cheer you on from the nice firm safety of the ground. I'll be back with your hat. Try jumping towards the wall, then press the jump button. If you manage to get rid of that goblin mold, wrong guy. Yes, I have managed to reach your hat. Oh wow, you did get it. Thank you so much, Harbinger. You know what? It would mean the world to me if you kept that hat. If you wanted, of course, I'd love to keep it. I can't wait to tell my little girls that the Harbinger is wearing the hat they made. Everything you get beginning is damage 20, I believe. Let me see. Harbinger, so good to see you. I've actually been meaning to speak with you about something if you have the time. Let me tell you a quick story. Go on. Recently, I was visiting a family in London. As I walked the streets of Helgisker, I overheard a conversation. They spoke of the Harbinger bloodline. They doubted the divinity of your blood, said it's simply an old folk tale. I recoiled, then stopped and gave it some thought. What reason have we given them to believe anything else? As I sat with my family that evening, I asked what the general consensus was regarding the Harbingers. They told me that most people either believe the unforgiven are gone forever and are unafraid of them returning, or that they don't believe they ever existed in the first place. Who are the unforgiven? We already know that. How can people believe that? I thought the same thing. How can such cataclysmic events simply be forgotten? But again, I tried to see it from their perspectives. It has been 1,000 years since the last unforgiven invasion. The Harbingers to them are nothing but a remnant of a once proud royal family. It makes sense. Of course they would think such things. How can we blame them? I had such a wide range of emotions. First I was angry that people could doubt your divine blood. Then I thought perhaps it isn't such a bad thing. Peace of mind like this hasn't been a thing for as long as history can recall. And that's what I kept thinking for my entire visit. As I rode back here, I realized something. This could be their plan. Make the world complacent. Make people forget the Harbinger bloodline. The unforgiven could be patiently waiting for the opportune time to strike the death knell and crack their skies open with their foul magic. As it stands, I fear if you were to have a vision today, our pleas would fall on deaf ears. The world is too consumed by their own doubts and petty differences. If the unforgiven were to invade now, the world would be consumed. I am not telling you this to simply instill fear in your heart. I am telling you this so that we may begin rebuilding your bloodline's once proud reputation. We must prove to the world that your blood still roars with pure divinity. What should I do? Train, fight, explore, help people. Anything you can do to make your name known throughout Yedros. Even if you cannot convince people of your divinity, make them respect you as a person. Before that, we must test your mettle. Now is the perfect time to see how you handle yourself in a fight. A small band of goblins has set up a camp just outside of a stronghold. Understood. I'll need a weapon then. Which weapon would you like? I'm gonna go for the short sword. Here you go. I'll be on my way then. This is damage 12. So maybe not all weapons here are damage 20. Okay, now let's go talk to the dwarf. I don't think he's a dwarf. Good to see you, Harbinger. Hope you're doing well today. Is there anything I can do for you? Where do you get your materials from? Other than deliveries we get here to the stronghold, I mine for the resources myself. How can I do that? You want to try your hand at mining, eh? Well, you've come to the right man. You can find mining outcrops just about everywhere during your travels. You just have to know where to look. True, typically mining outcrops can be found near hillsides or exposed rock. Rarer materials will be found in hard-to-reach areas like caves or high up. If you're interested, I can give you some quick starter jobs to get you on the right track for mining. Yeah, I might as well get some XP. Alright then, let's get to work. To start you off, I'd suggest looking for coal outcrops. They're extremely common, so you shouldn't have any issue finding them wherever you go. I'd suggest going to Parford Lake. There's a nice rocky area there that has plenty of outcrops and it's not too far away. Once you mine 5 coal outcrops, return to me. On it. Let's see what he has in stock. Now, all of this stuff here is either cooking ingredients, crafting materials, or potion making stuff. And like this, like you use this old parchment to build a library. Logs build like houses and structures. You can make food. But what I want is here. 350 gold for the sword. Can't afford that right now. Let's level up. 2 skill points. So I'm gonna put one for magic and one for hit points. Alright. Let's go kill those gobos. The world of Bloodline is split into 2 perspectives. This perspective that you are currently in, character's perspective, and an overworld, top-down perspective. You can enter the overworld at any time by using the radio menu on tab and selecting the map icon from the bottom. For a more immersive experience, you can also walk to the area's bounds where you'll be prompted to leave the area and enter the overworld. What can I do to help out around here? I hate to bother you with such mundane chores. However, if you're interested in the stronghold, you could do with some more decorations. I'd say you're the one who should dictate out the grounds. That's right, you can decorate the grounds here at your stronghold however you like. If you'd like, I can give you a beginner's course. Sure. Let's get to it then. First things first, you need materials to construct decorations. Take these logs, you can then use them to construct stick fences. Place them wherever you like. You should have enough logs for at least 5 fences. Return to me when you build 5 stick fences. Remember, the entire area out in front of the stronghold is yours to decorate. Good fences and gates. Stick fences. Built those fences. Great work. Decorations like that will attract people to your village. Depending on the kind of decorations you place, it will increase the chances for certain people to visit. Of course, I'll give an example. If you place lots of engineer-themed items, it is more likely that dwarves and artificers will come to visit. If you construct items like graves and tombs, I'm sure that'll attract ghostly visitors and dark magic users. If you're interested in making more progress, I can guide you through the construction of your first building. Yes, please. Exciting. We're going to finally breathe some new life in the grounds. First things first, I think you need to come up with a name for your village. You can do this at the village overview board outside the stronghold gates. Originally, the village was named Iron Haven. If you want to keep that name, we can move on. You can change your name at any time. I'll go change the name. Great, I'll wait here for you. And of course, that's our town. May as well. I didn't get to read that. So with something simple, a building that won't take too much material. A bakery. Just some pine wood, stone, and some wheat to get the bakers started. Head out to the area in front of the stronghold. There are plenty of open plots where you can assign a building to be constructed. Simply approach one of the signs and choose bakery. You got it. Once you have started construction, return to me. We can plan how to gather the resources. One over here where it says Wizard Tower, and let's look for bakery. Baker. Begin construction. Hello, Harbinger. I hope you're well. About the bakery. How's that going? They've started the construction. Great. It looks like we'll need 75 pine logs, 25 stone, and 50 wheat. Not to worry. I'll help you with some of the resources with this construction job. Here, take all of this. It should help you get most of the way there. You just need to gather a bit of each resource. With those resources, you need 30 more pine logs, 10 more stone, and 15 more wheat. Understood. I'll gather those resources. This is one aspect of the game that tends to go very slowly in the beginning, but then it really picks up as you gather more stuff and you just explore the world. Okay, now there's the Goblin Stronghold. Let me check my money. I have 333 gold from doing those quests. I'm gonna go buy a better sword. Here's some more XP and money waiting for me. Hello, champ. How you feeling, Peckish? Could you teach me how to cook? Of course, let's start with a basic lesson. Cooking a basic stew. Here are the ingredients: cabbage, potato, and a carrot. Like the name implies, it's a super basic stew. You can cook at the oven behind me. Simply use all the ingredients I gave you, and you should be able to whip up the stew in no time. It doesn't matter what order the ingredients are added, so feel free to toss them in there however you like. You got it. That was a cabbage, a carrot, and a Tator. How's the basic stew coming along? I did it. Great work. Did you notice that you learned the recipe when you cooked it for the first time? Now you can auto cook that recipe given that you have the ingredients, of course. Never hesitate to experiment with ingredients. Some recipes will call for multiple of the same ingredient. This is important. Some are just a single ingredient. Here's a test for you. Take this wheat. I want you to turn that wheat into a loaf of bread. Here's a hint. Creating a loaf of bread requires 4 flour. Got it. Okay, now he gave me a lot of wheats. 2 wheats becomes flour. Let's take the flours and cook. Any luck figuring out how to make that loaf of bread? I figured it out. I knew you could do it. That's the basics of cooking. Honestly, it's just trial and error. Eating a good meal can offer unique and powerful buffs. I always pack a good meal before heading out on my travels. Don't be afraid to ask around for recipes. People like tavern keepers might be willing to share their recipes with you. That's good to know. Thank you for the beginner's course, Charles. Of course, always happy to help. See you later. Look at that. I just made like 120 gold on the way to getting my weapon. Good to see you, hard friend. Is there something I can help you with? I want to restore the stronghold to its former glory. I'd say the castle itself is in relatively great condition, not much worse than it was a few centuries ago. What I mean to say is that the former glory you speak of didn't come from the thickness of the walls or how impregnable the defenses were. It came from outside the walls. You see, just centuries ago, just outside the walls of this castle was a village full of people dedicated to the Harbingers. People flocked here because it was a beacon of hope and protection. The very reason your blood was given to your ancestors, that was the glory of the stronghold. How can we restore that glory? Rebuilding. Any of the plots out there are ripe for the taking. With enough dedication, you can have your very own village outside these castle walls. Be sure to take a glance at the sign beyond the castle bridge. That'll give you an overview of the status of your village. Anything else? Just here to talk. Oh, I see. Come to talk to the lonely quartermaster. Hey, yeah, it's always a pleasure to speak with you. What's on your mind? You worked here when my father was alive, right? That's correct. He hired me. He spent a lot of time in this very barn, in fact. So it's true what everyone says. He was a drunk. Fortunately, none of us are perfect, not even harbingers like yourself. He had his moments of greatness, and he had no doubt. He no doubt had his lows. He was very confident with himself. What do you mean? Many nights he'd go on and on about how he brought shame to the bloodline and how he could never live up to his ancestors. He said he'd be the first harbinger to not be greeted by Esros when he died. He failed to see the greatness within him and the great things he did, especially for the folk of Elder Glen. He just couldn't sway his mind away from the constant negativity, and unfortunately, as you know, took his own life after you were born. I wish I could have met him. So do I. He was a great man despite his shortcomings. Don't let what people say get to you. They don't know him like Jeffrey and I do. Thank you, Mr. Wells. I appreciate the kind words. I'm always here when you want to talk, sir. Is there anything else I can do for you? You dabble with potion crafting, do you not? I do. It's one of my passions. Why are you taking an interest in it? I'm interested in it, but I've never tried it before. Fantastic. If you like, I can walk you through a basic potion. Sure. Alright, let's do it. I have a few basic potion ingredients here. I'll give you a guild leaf and some bone dust. Head over to the potion crafting table to begin the procedure. Each ingredient can be prepared in different ways. The way an ingredient is prepared can dramatically change the effect it has in the potion. For example, chopping the guild leaf is the best way to prepare it if you're looking to make a healing potion. Combine that with the heated effects from bone dust is a great way to make a basic healing potion. Go try it out and let me know how it goes. Chopping guild leaf, heating bone dust. I'll try that out. What should I call this? The Healy Dealy. Good to see you, friend. Is there something I can help you with? About that potion you wanted me to make? Yes, how'd it go? I made it. Well done. Now you know the very basics. Feel free to use my potion crafting table at any time. Potion crafting can be a complex and interesting process. Mix and match any ingredients you to make powerful and interesting potions. Okay, now let us go do our thing. Look at how expensive that thing is. But this is what I want. Yeah, the daggers are only damage 8, but you get 2 of them per one you buy. The copper claymore is two-handed, so of course it's going to do a little more damage. Same with the spear. And the great axe does even more damage. Not halberd doesn't do quite as much. It's still the shitty short sword I had. Okay, now let's go get some gobos. Oh, let's show you guys something important. Pressing Z brings up a radio menu. There's a button right here, which is kind of hard to see because you're looking right here, but it's right here. And I'm gonna put the Healy Dealy in that slot. I'm gonna put the bread in that slot, and the apples there. Oh, and the basics too I can put here. Okay, and there's the adventure begins. So anytime we're in battle, I can just press C. I almost lost focus on the game there. That's bad news. Okay, now time to go kill some goblins. You know, I want to try the staff, but they're kind of close. I just got some gold. All right. There's nothing at the goblin camp, so let's go back. See, even these goblin fangs are like smithing ingredients. I got some divine favor. Got 5 divine favor. That's nice. I can use that for building stuff. Have you taken care of those goblins yet? Yes, I have. Fantastic. It seems you're ready to head out on your own. What do I do now? Seeing you can handle yourself, perhaps it's time for you to make a pilgrimage to the steps of Ezros. It's a pilgrimage site, of course, or at least it was. Now it's more of a ruin, only visited every few decades by the Harbinger Bloodline. To the next in line, the Harbinger is brought to the steps by the current Harbinger, but your father is no longer with us. To my knowledge, you will be the first Harbinger to do the pilgrimage alone. Nothing to fret, however, it was purely ceremonial. There are no dangers awaiting you at the steps. Where are the steps? I like this one. Can you take my father's place? Oh, how honored I would be to do so, but I cannot. It would be sacrilegious of me to do so. You must go alone. Where are the steps? They overlook the Everglen Woods just north of here. Head there and make your way to the top of the steps. The shrine at the top is your goal. I understand. Oh, and before you go, you'll need a better way of getting there than on your feet. Take Ferguson. He may not be the most noble steed, but it beats walking. I'll take care of him. Thanks, Jeffrey. Okay, now what we're gonna do is just get the goblin. Getting all the forging. If you manage to get rid of the goblin mold, here's 10 goblin mold. That's the stuff. Nicely done. Hopefully we won't have to worry about goblins plaguing our gates any longer. Goodbye. Now let's go to the world map by pressing tab. After we level up. Skill points 3. That's good. Okay. See, dexterity of 1. Now it's 2. Let's go to skill trees. Level skill points 3. I'm going to put 1 in one-handed weapons. A standard fast horizontal slash. I use that. And, oops. Let's go to magic. And I think I want pyromancy. Ember spark. This cooldown every 5.5 seconds. And now I want to go back here and go with staves because now I have a good one. Alright. Thunder staff. Actually, let's take it out of staves. Put it into shields. $357 gold. Not bad, not bad. Now let's travel. Overworld. Let's go to mounts and donkey. Going there would take us to where we could get some resources. going to zoom out. We want to go to the tomb of the betrayer. I'm not ready for the Lion Man's battles yet. Let's go to the merchant caravan. Oh, damn, I don't have enough money. You know what? Hmm, that sucks. This is a good one to get, but not this early in the game. Let's camp. Now, ahead of us is a keep. That's where we're going to go. Hello there, friend. The Vigil's Gate stands as a line against the tomb. If you're looking to enter, I'll need to know for this. What is this? Who are you? I'm Thalric Valenstone, Paladin of the Chapter, though still early in my service. I've been assigned here to the Vigil's Gate where we keep watch over the tomb. Why guard a tomb? Residual magic clings to the soil here, drawn from the cursed bodies buried within. If the undead slip past our guard, this place would become one of the Dorners, a necropolis of the damned, a city of the restless dead. How can I get inside the tomb? Inside the tomb, that's not a request we often hear. The chapter doesn't grant entry lightly. Only those with the chapter's blessing or with no or on official duty would be allowed through. If you truly wish to enter, you need to seek approval from our commander. How can I speak to your commander? To speak with the commander, you'll need to earn his attention. Commander Kalen doesn't take visitors lightly. If you're serious, helping us here at the gate would go a long way. We're short-handed and stretched thin. Just keeping the wards intact. I can help out however I can. Very well, I'll let you inside. You just won't have access to the tomb, of course. You'll need the commander's approval for that. Paladin motions the gatekeeper to open the gates. Go on in, speak with Gareth Hale, tell him you want to help in whatever way you can. Got it. This is all we came here for. A chapter mace with 35 damage, and 2 U-bows with 35 damage. Now let's go somewhere. See, now we should be heading to the Elder Glen Woods to do the quest. But it's good to have the weapon. So, let's go back to the donkey. Ferguson is his name. Let's go to Woldover Timberland. Pressing the spacebar will speed up the time. Now, oh yeah, I gotta do this. Press K, brings you your skill book. Run through and throw shield. Let's go to left control and magic. That the blue tab. Okay. Now pressing 1. See? That's a nice spell. I just killed a bunny. I'm a naughty boy. Because I haven't been woodcutting, I can't cut down this tree yet. Or that one. And none of the birches or that's an ash. I thought I heard something. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. There's a witch's hut somewhere around here. Oh, this is a puzzle. You see the symbols in the in my crosshairs there? There's one on the ceiling of that too. You shoot these pillars in the order they go from top down. I'm not ready to do that yet because I have no arrows. Right now I'm just looking for the witch's hut. See how quickly I knocked his armor off. That was pretty good. There's nothing here for me. This is the one I want. This mausoleum right here. Check this shit out, guys. New spell. You see that, right? That's pretty cool. This spell has a long cooldown, though. Okay, now where's the witch's hut? There it is. See it? The shrinks down and it flies into your pocket. You now have a broomstick mount. Let us level up. Everything is at 2. Let us increase our health. There we go. And let's go to the overworld. This will be my last tip for you guys. You may be wondering how we get wheat. Using the broomstick now. Go to mill shape. Caravan ambush. I love these. These give you money and experience. Can't see any coal, so let's go. Level up first. Increase our wisdom. Let's go back to the overworld. Yes, I know I'm missing a caravan ambush, but you don't want to see another one. This is for you guys. Now look over here to your west. There is a wheat field. And just like with chopping wood, fishing, and mining, you already have the tools you need. So all you have to do, and unlike any other foraging or mining or wood chopping, all you have to do is hold an E and you will constantly be picking up wheat. While he's gathering wheat, I can just talk to you guys. Now, I am gonna have to do some mining and whatnot if I want to continue this save. But let's wait until he can no longer gather wheat in this field. Yeah, I did that already. So now let's go back home. And we'll put the wheat in our building and then we'll call it here for the night. Now you can drop goblin mold. Hallowed bellkeepers are fun. Alright, let's put the wheat in our building. I finished that. I have 9 more wood to gather, and I have to do a lot of mining. So maybe I'll show you that in the next one.